going with silent and smelly this time. We just don't know what variety we're ever going to get. Pretty ridiculous. Somebody gonna match my freak.
That's a lot of meat.
Oh,
Twisted tie.
popping.
Are we going?
That's usually the sign. The
Cracked.
Oh.
And it's hanging. It's a hanging crack.
He's checking.
It's like a plumber. Twisted Pick Season 5, Week 6.
I didn't see it.
We talked about owls last week, and the owl hits 5-0, baby.
History's made. First time anybody on the panel has gone 4-0 and hit the bonus. It's a new thing, and might as well make history on the positive.
Yours truly 3-1 for the second straight week, plus the random bet. That's 8-2 over the last 2 weeks here for Rick Stoller. And we're going to get into it here, folks. Washington at Baltimore is our first game on board. I believe that is the Owls game. He is fresh off the 5-0. He is putting those Commanders off the big win. Jaden Daniels getting MVP talk, folks. And Baltimore is -6.5 at home, over and under 52.5.
I didn't think I was going to have to go to the glasses this early.
Oh,
but
the Owls is putting the glasses on.
It's my game. It's usually the one I do a little bit of research on. So here's what I'm going to say about all this. Washington's 4-1 with a rookie quarterback. I think that's extremely impressive. However, one thing that you need to know, their 4 wins are against teams that are 6-14. So while they're winning, they're doing it against some teams that aren't that great. Really what it comes down to in this game is that Washington is the second worst team giving up rushing yards, and Baltimore averages 211 rushing yards a game, which is like by far and away the most impressive thing in the NFL. So, and Lamar is 21-1 against the NFC teams that he plays. So we're going to go ahead and take Baltimore in this game.
Baltimore laying the 6.5 at home. Twisted tie.
Very, very tricky pick here. Baltimore at 6.5. I do love Baltimore. I could see this being a 5-point game. I don't want to back Washington. One thing I do know about Baltimore is they let teams back in the game. I'm going to go for the over at 52.5 with a high number. Bump that up. Let's have another game like last week with Baltimore-Cincinnati and get some points.
Right. Yeah, the Baltimore defense had one good week a couple weeks against Buffalo a couple weeks ago, and then they got shredded again this weekend against Cincinnati. And I don't see them stopping Washington. And I do like your guys' idea that the running game for Baltimore is going to shred the Commanders. So I see an over here, even though that number is real high, 52.5. I think this is going to be up and down the field, just like the Baltimore and Cincinnati game this past weekend. I'm calling over.
Ditto.
It's a new Washington, folks.
They're a little more exciting than you called them last week.
Absolutely, it was not a. I mean, it was a boring color game, but it was not a boring game whatsoever. Few omissions here and things that I need to talk about from last week. Number one, apologies to my brother Cody. There was a snow owl that lived in that forest out there on the ranch, but no snow owls were hurt.
Lived as in past tense?
Yes. I don't know exactly what happened, but if there are any game wardens watching, my brother has not broken any laws, okay? He's all good. Anyways, with that being said...
Killing an owl is a federal offense.
With that being said, there are going to be some dead Ravens this weekend because Washington is covering the 6.5, and watch out for them to win outright. I got Washington. Again, I've been talking bad about them all year, but I think they're the real deal. I think they covered that 6.5.
Oh, you're sold.
I'm sold.
Isn't there like a certain amount of time if you admit to a crime, but it was so far in the past it doesn't matter?
Statute of limitations.
There we
they
go.
call that.
There we go.
O.J. Simpson.
You got something you want to confess to?
No, I was just clearing up the...
Okay.
I think Cody is clear with the statute of limitations.
I don't know. How old was he?
All right. We were moving on to Houston at New England. Twisted Tie has put this one on the board. The Texans -7 on the road. The lowly Patriots at home. Over under 38.5.
Yes, the lowly Patriots. What time is this game?
These are both morning games. Washington, Baltimore, and Houston, New England.
Give me a second.
By the way, while he's thinking and getting himself together, he actually picked the only game that wasn't on the spread yet. And but I like
What
it.
do.
Is that because of an injury or something?
No, I will tell you why.
He's going to tell you why.
Oh, why is it not on the board?
Because they are planning on starting rookie quarterback Drake May.
Drake May, baby!
Drake May, North Carolina.
And that, brings up this whole unknown. They are a terrible team. Let's see, I have it here. New England is 1-11 against this 1-11-2 against the spread in the last 14. And the under is hit 11 out of the last 5 games because they cannot score the ball. I hope that Drake May doesn't come out here and shock the world. I'd love to take Houston, but 7's too much. I'm going to go under 38.5.
Wow. I was looking at this game, and honestly, the only thing the question that popped up in my mind was, is Drake May going to come out this week? I didn't read the news. I didn't know it, but now that you say it, I have no idea what to do. I would have taken Houston for sure if Brissett was still playing. But hell, let's call it. Let's go Drake May, baby. Let's cover that 7 at home. It's a lot of points when you got a rookie coming out there ready to sling. The crowd might get behind him if he gets going early. Let's cover the 7. New England Patriots.
I love Drake May. For those of you that know my my draft takes, for those of you that know my draft takes, I said he was going to be better than a lot of other quarterbacks in that class. I hate J.J. McCarthy. I think he's a sham. Drake May is the real deal. North Carolina, love him, love him, love him. For that reason, I'm going over 38.5. I think both teams score here, and I think it's going to be a fun one. Go Drake May.
That was a real fart. He didn't put the mic up to it, but for those
What
of
fart?
you...
Okay, now Tyler added to the
That one
fart.
smells.
Back to your regularly scheduled programming, folks.
God, talk about a smoke break.
Oh, it's all falling apart.
Did your fart knock it over?
Yes.
It died. Like the board was like, I don't want to be in here anymore.
It's like the shocks after an earthquake.
I told you guys I got to take a shit.
Yeah. That thing grew to a Hurricane 5.
All right.
We gonna finish this, wrap this up? I had a stat, but I'm just gonna...
Where's the glasses then?
I know, but he knocked me off my game with the fart.
I thought you gave your pick.
Start over.
No.
We stopped because of the fart?
Brad,
You
can
stopped
start
everything,
your
yeah.
take again there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were over. I thought we were done.
Go ahead.
It's
Brad,
more
just do your
confusing
Houston.
I
if we
know.
get to,
I'm sorry.
My bad, folks.
Nope, you're good. Stat basically is up to this point, dogs of 5 or more points are 19-6-1 against the spread, which for those of you at home, that's really good. But you got to have some balance in this world. And I took one dog already, or I took one favorite to cover that bigger spread. This one's a 7. I'm going to go ahead and take Houston. They look like a really good team beating Buffalo. And I'm going to go ahead and take Houston to cover the 7 against the rookie quarterback, who I think will throw a pick.
Did you go all 4 spots there?
We
Tyler,
did.
did you go under?
Yep.
Yeah.
Over.
All slices of the pie.
Oh, yeah.
Houston, New England.
There you go.
Drake May.
Ah. Cut.
Big favorites. That's a lie.
Did that one have the microphone?
No, he took it off, tried to fart, sharted, and then put it back, and then farted at a regular decibel
I
level.
think you'll be able to hear that one.
Oh, you can hear it.
Yeah,
It's very low.
that one caught on my mic. All right, we're at game 3 here, right?
Yes.
Okay,
All right,
let's
folks.
do it.
We are moving on to the afternoon at 1:25 p.m. We will all be watching the Detroit Lions at the Dallas Cowboys in a rematch of last year's controversial game where the Lions didn't report on the 2-point conversion or whatever it was, and they got screwed and they lost to Dallas. They will be back in Dallas again this Sunday. Now, I don't really need to talk about this game, but I'm going to talk about the NFC North. They are 15-4 against the spread this year, people. 14-5 overall. And I would just keep betting on it until something changes. It's going to get interesting when these teams have to play each other a lot down the road. But right now, they're matched up against different teams, and they're smoking them. And they went 3-0 last week, and the Vikings have this week off. But I'd bet the Lions, I'd bet Green Bay, and I'd bet Chicago again. Shout out Bushman. And we're taking the Lions, of course, -3 on the road, off the bye. Dallas had a tough game Sunday night. Detroit's ready to smoke them.
Yeah, I watched Dallas pilly putt around with Pittsburgh the other day. And in that rainy game, nobody looked good. Defense looked okay. But I think Detroit, coming off the bye, covers here. -3. I think they're feeling the fire a little bit. And, yeah, I think they go in here motivated and strong, and I think they beat Dallas handily. I'm taking Detroit -3.
Lions.
Yeah, definitely. My note was actually the same thing you had talked about, which is a little bit of a revenge game from the questionable call last year. But really what it's just come down to is Dallas has just every player on defense hurt. And so the Detroit Lions are rested. Their offense is going to shred them. Let's go ahead and take Detroit.
That's 3 for 3.
All right, I've had a terrible year. It's been a wacky NFL season. I just do not understand why anyone would take Dallas right now +3, so I'm going to have to do it. I got to go back to what got me those victories back when I was beating you guys, and it was taking the games no one wants to take. So, go Cowboys.
Cowboys on the board. Woo. By the way, we did hit a consensus pick last week.
We're 1 for 1.
Minnesota. No, I think
Nope,
we lost.
one and
Minnesota.
one.
In London.
We're 1 and
1 and 1.
My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Minnesota and London got it done. Got a little hairy at the end, but they covered that thing.
Ow.
Yeah, we had a nice week last week.
Werewolves in London.
I thought Rodgers was like done.
That guy's crawling on the ground. It's going to segue into this game.
Okay, let's do it.
Buffalo at the New York Jets.
There it goes.
Buffalo Bills -2.5 at the New York Jets. Been struggling a little bit with that Aaron Rodgers. Big Bear, this is your game. Buffalo's favored on the road 2.5 and over under 41.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this thing stuck out at me like a sore thumb. I don't understand this line one bit, and that probably means it's going to go the other way. But to me, this is clearly Buffalo -2.5. I mean, New York Jets look like they are just crippled. Their offense looks bad. Their defense is okay, but I don't see how Buffalo doesn't cover the 2.5 here. And honestly, I'd be shocked if my constituents don't agree and this isn't a consensus.
Well, I thought totally when you put this on the books, you did it because you have the one-game coach bump, Salah being fired today. And so Aaron Rodgers, coach killer. I thought for sure you were going Jets because they play for the coach in the first game and all that good stuff and yada, yada. I am shocked right now. Josh Allen was terrible last game. 9 of 30. I think something like the first time since like 1970 the quarterback had 30 attempts and only completed 9 of them, blah, blah, blah. So for the reason that the New York Jets defense is decent and their defensive coordinator is taking over as head coach, I'm going to go ahead and give that defense a bump and take the under in this game. Nobody's really looking sharp in this game. Under it is.
Twisted tie.
Okie dokie.
Sorry.
Kind of same as the last game, from my opinion. I don't know why anyone would take the Jets here. I have lost so many times gambling when a team fires their coach. Happened last year with the Raiders. They come in, the team just plays so much better. I will take the Jets +2.5. That does not sound right, but let's do it.
Yeah, I actually have not been very impressed with the Bills the past couple weeks. I don't think their offense is very good. Josh Allen does not have weapons. The Jets' defense is solid. I think this game will trend towards the under, but with the new coach and some motivation. Here it comes, people. I see it. What everyone's been waiting for. And
That one was real.
the answer is Jets +2.5, baby.
You could
You
hear how
thought
you
there was
pushed
going
that
to be
one.
consensus, but no one took
Wild.
your terrible Buffalo pick. They're
You
not
guys
winning.
Shock me.
They're not winning.
You guys don't watch
Aaron
football.
Rodgers couldn't even walk off the field hardly.
Yeah, what am I doing with
What
the
do-
Jets?
Jets.
Who's their backup?
The Jets?
Collins.
Who?
The guy from BYU, Zach. What's his name?
Zach.
Zach Wilson?
Wilson.
No, he's not there anymore.
Yeah, he left.
He's gone.
Somebody like that.
Oh, it smells so bad.
I
I
know.
want to change my pick so bad.
Well,
You got 10 seconds to change your pick.
Anthony Delgado was calling. God knows what he wanted.
Stinker.
This whole game is a stinker.
I'm going Buffalo with this.
Monday night.
Oh, he's going buff.
By the way, that game is on Monday night, people. Dun, 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 dun.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
I hate you.
That's pretty good.